Alright, so this has been a long time in coming. We've got this dead tree. I think it's an ash. Kate thinks it's a maple. Doesn't really matter. It's dry, dead standing. Problem is that it is right next to our main SC line, electric line coming into the house. And I suspect that I'm just a couple more big storms away from it blowing over and taking up power to our whole house. Well, really the whole farm. So it's gotta go. This is the problem tree. This one right here. It's all dead. All the bark is falling off of it. And look closely, you can see our power line is right next to it, and it's downwind from it too. So it's just bad news all around. Problem is that I need to drop it. I need to drop it in such a way that it misses the house and hopefully misses the pine trees in the front. But the big deal is I have to be able to drop it. Basically, I want to drop it right here, right in between, and not have it go onto the power lines while I'm doing that. Alright, so this isn't my first tree that I've dropped. Over the past few years since we moved here, I don't know, I've dropped probably a dozen trees around here, varying sizes. But this one is just a little hairy because it has to go in a particular direction, and otherwise it could be really bad and expensive if I don't do this right. But things to consider though whenever you're doing a job like this is first of all safety. You want to have ear and eye protection, so I've got the glasses, face shield, and then headphones on the helmet. You also want to have protection for your hands, so some sort of a leather glove, something that can take a little bit of a hit. You also want to have steel toe boots or some sort of a reinforced boot, especially when you're dealing with chainsaws, just in case it goes through a section of tree that you're not thinking it's going to, and then it comes down on your shoe. It doesn't just immediately rip into your toes and put you in the hospital. Also you need to have chaps on. So these things here, they're not the most comfortable, but they will save your life in the case of a wayward chainsaw. It'll bind it up, and it'll hopefully prevent it from digging too far into your leg where you bleed out before you can get to help. Just be warned, this is not for everyone. It's kind of dangerous, but that's kind of homesteading in general. If you want to do things yourself, you sometimes have to assume the risk. So if you do this in the future, you do it at your own peril. Something else I almost forgot about that's very important. You should always have a first aid kit. Preferably one that has tourniquets, TCCC rated. So you're looking at soft T tourniquets, cat tourniquets. There's a couple of varieties. I would avoid things like a rat's tourniquet. I've owned them in the past. Luckily never had to use them, but I've heard mixed reviews on them. Anyway, a first aid kit with bandages, gauze, quick clot, surgical shears, and at least one tourniquet could save your life. But anyway, on to the fun. Alright, another thing that you have to take into consideration when you're felling a tree is what direction does it want to fall. Right now, this tree, vertical is straight up like this, and the tree has an angle to it. That's actually going to help me in this particular instance because that angle is actually in the direction that I want it to fall. So I lucked out in that way. However, the wind is pushing it back towards the power lines right now, and we've got a storm front that's going to be coming in probably 4 or 5 hours. So I'm kind of up against the clock on this one, and yeah, it should be interesting. The most dangerous part right here. Your wedge has been cut. You're cutting the back strap of the tree, and right now it's just sitting on a hinge of wood right now. So now I have to coax it over with my axe and wedges. Oh, go timber! Oh, that was scary, but success.
Hey, you missed the house.
Hey, look at this. Right where I wanted it to go.